Hello friends, welcome to my space. It's your favorite science tutor, Okorosa Ernest. And today's video we shall continue with the previous topic we started with. This time we shall be focusing on an example using another method known as elimination method. Now we have a question on the board. It says we should solve simultaneously. We have 2x plus 5y equals 8 and 3x minus 5y equals 12. Now, how do we solve such a problem? We bring down our equation, we have 2x plus 5y equals 8. We call this equation 1. We also have 3x minus 5y equals 12. We call this equation 2. Now, the reason why we will be making use of elimination method, I said that in the previous video, is that we have coefficients attached to x and y. You can see the coefficient of y here, we have 5, 5. The coefficient of x here, we have 2. That of x here, we have 3. Whenever we have coefficients attached to the letters, we make use of elimination method. So that is it. And what do we do? In this case, we have same values here, same multiplied terms here, 5, 5. So if I introduce a plus here, if I add both equations, if I introduce a plus here, so that it can terminate these like terms, it's going to be 2x plus 3x plus 5y plus times minus gives us a minus, plus times minus gives us a minus, 5y is equal to 8 plus 12. At the end of the day, we're going to realize that 5y minus 5y automatically cancels out, leaving us with 5x, 2x plus 3x equal to 8 plus 12 is 20. So dividing both sides by 5, I'm going to get x to be equal to 4. So x here is 4. Now what do? We go back to either equation 1 or 2 to find the value of y. So we say using equation 1, we are making use of equation 1, and it says 2x plus 5y is equal to 8. So we substitute the value of x to be 4 into equation 1. So 2 into 4, where x is 4, plus 5y is equal to 8. 2 times 4, this is 8. 8 plus 5y is equal to 8. So 5y is equal to 8 minus 8. So 5y is equal to 0. That makes y to be equal to 0. Now, let us still confirm using equation 2. Using equation 2, we have 3x minus 5y is equal to 12. Remember, x is given as 4, obtained as 4. So we have 3 into 4 minus 5y is equal to 12. This is 12. 3 times 4, 12 minus 5y is equal to 12. So minus 5y is equal to 12 minus 12 minus 5y is equal to 0. So therefore y is equal to 0. So that confirms this case. Therefore, it means that x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 0. We have been able to solve both equations simultaneously to obtain the values of x and y. On to another example. It says find the value of x and y in 6y plus 5x equals minus 12, 4y minus 3x equals 11. Finding the values of x and y, it simply means solving simultaneously because we have two variables, x and y, on both equations. So how do we go about this solution? Bring down our equations. Equation 1, 6y plus 5x equals minus 12. We call this equation 1. We have 4y minus 3x equals 11. We call this equation 2. Now, the reason why I've decided to bring up this example is because the previous example we solved was simply straightforward because we had 5y on both sides. Even though it's a minus and plus, we have 5y on both sides. But in this case, we have totally different algebraic terms. So how do we go about it? Y, coefficient of y is 6. For this, it is 4. Coefficient of x is 5 and 3. So you can see that the values are different. So in this case, we try to make either of x or y to be the same. What does it mean? It means that I'm going to use 4 to multiply equation 1 and then use 6 to multiply equation 2. Or I'm going to be using 5 to multiply equation 1 and then use I'll use 5 to multiply equation 2 and then use minus 3 to multiply equation 1. The aim is to get the same algebraic term on either side, on both sides. So what does it mean? I've decided to use 4, so I'm going to say equation 1 times 4. I'm using 4 to multiply equation 1. Equation 2 times 6. Equation 2 times 6. What does it mean? This 4 multiplies everything. So I have 4 times 6 giving me 24y. I have 4 times 5 giving me 20x is equal to, I have 4 times minus 12 giving me minus 48. So this will be called equation 3. I will do the same thing using 6. 6 times 4y will give me 24y. 6 times minus 3x will give me minus 18x. 6 times 11 will give me 66. I will call this equation 4. At the end of the day, we're going to realize that we have been able to establish something common, which is 24y on both sides. At this point, I'm going to subtract. So if I introduce a minus sign here, it simply means 24y minus 24y. Automatically, it is cancelled. So what is left? I have 20x minus 18. Minus 18x. This minus is for this minus is for this one, is equal to, I have minus 48 minus 66. I'm going to get 20x minus times minus is a plus 18x giving us 66, 48. This is 14, carry 1, 6, 10, 11. So it's going to be on the negative, minus 114. So when I add both together, I'm going to get 38x to be equal to minus 114. So I'm going to find x by dividing through by 38. So dividing both sides by 38, this by 38 automatically takes this off. 38 here is 1, 38 here is 3. So at the end of the day, we have x to be equal to 3. So x is equal to 3. That's the first case. Now, with the help of x equals 3, we will go and find y. using any of the equations, either equation 1, 2, 3, or 4. So let's use equation 1 to find y. We say from equation 1, and what is equation 1 saying? 6y plus 5x is equal to minus 12. So we have it as 6y plus, remember x is 3, so I have 5 into 3 is equal to minus 12. So that makes 6y plus, this is 15, equals minus 12. So 6y is equal to minus 12. This crosses over, becomes minus 15. So 6y is equal to minus 12 minus 15 gives us minus 27. So dividing both sides by 6, this cancels this. 3 can go to 3 into 27 is 9. So it means y is equal to minus 9 over 2. Means y is equal to minus 9 over 2. Therefore, values are x equals 3 and y equals minus 9 over 2, which also means minus 4.5. Now, if I substitute each of these into the equation, we are going to get these values. So this is another example, and I'm sure it is self-explanatory. So do well to drop your questions where necessary. Thank you for watching this video. Expect more in due time. See you next time.